Hello, welcome to Michelle Loses It. I'm Michelle. This is my channel where I share with you my personal week-to-week progress on the Calibrate weight loss program. If that sounds interesting to you, then please stay tuned. Okay, so it's been a little bit since I posted. My apologies for that. I've just not been super motivated to do YouTube videos for either this channel or for my sewing channel. I've had stuff going on, busy, nothing serious, just been busy and haven't felt like it. So anyway, I am feeling good and energized and ready to share what's going on with you. So yesterday was a coaching session, and I believe that the last time I posted was, gosh, I guess it's been about 3 weeks now. The last time I was supposed to have a coaching session, my coach, I got a notice the day before that she was going to be out sick, so they wanted to know if I wanted to reschedule with her or to just accept a substitute coach. I was more than happy to accept a substitute coach, so I logged in for my appointment on time, and that coach never showed up. So I went a whole month without a coaching session. So that was a little bit of a bummer. However, it's fine. What I really am hoping for is that I get accepted into the Calibrate. There's a Facebook group, there's a Facebook support group for the Calibrate program that I had registered for quite some time ago, and I haven't gotten accepted yet. And I think it's because my name on my Calibrate account doesn't exactly match my name on my Facebook account. I talked to my coach about that yesterday. She's going to elevate that to her boss and try and get that accelerate. She said accelerated. I'm like, at this point, that's not accelerated, but maybe she meant elevated. Anyway, I really feel like having that daily support will be key for me. I will tell you, I just graduated to level 2. And when I was reading the overview of level 2, like, I am happy with my weight loss progress. It is very slow, slower than I've ever done in my past. And in my past, I would have thought, this isn't working. However, I've been steadily either going down or maintaining. I've had a couple of weigh-ins where I went up a half a pound. I really feel like that was more salt retention because I've always been very sensitive to sodium. So I kind of feel like it's been more about that because I haven't gone completely off the rails at any point since I've started the program. Yes, I've eaten some red foods. I haven't made a day full of red foods. I've had like a red food within a meal here or there. So I feel like I'm making such good progress with changing actual habits rather than just following a program for, a day at a time. I hope that makes sense to you. But I believe that having that interaction with other people that are doing the program will be really helpful for me. My coach is very nice. I don't find her to be super motivating though. I feel like she's reading from a textbook. When we have our sessions, she says all the right things, but it just feels very mechanical. I don't know that there would be another coach. Like, she's not a bad coach. She's like I said, she's very nice. She's very supportive. I just don't get motivated by having conversations with her. So I feel like, maybe I could try and change coaches. I don't know if that would make a difference because I don't know what types of people they hire for that role. I do think that having a day-to-day interaction with other people that are going through the program would be very motivating and very helpful to me. So I'm hopeful that I get approved or accepted into that Facebook group sooner than later. With that said, my husband was in town all of the week before last through the early part of this week. And I kind of went back to some of my old behaviors. He and I, some of our bonding time, if you will, or our quality time together has always been a part of it has always been eating out. And so when we get together, we tend to do that more than either of us does when we're by ourselves. So we did eat out several times while he was here. I didn't always make good choices, but sometimes I did. So over the course of, he was here for Sunday through the next week's Tuesday, this past Tuesday. And I did make good choices at least half of the time. Over the course of that week and a couple of days, I maintained. So I feel like that's pretty good. I took several days off of work, so we were out and about every day, which is way more than I do on my own. And so I feel like getting out and doing so much walking, because we were running errands, we were checking on the house, we were running errands to do things for the house, making appointments and looking at furniture and looking at light fixtures and ceiling fans, and we were just running around town. And I think that all helped offset some of those not great choices. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, I have had the vertical sleeve weight loss surgery several years ago now at this point. Obviously, I've gained a lot of the weight back. I haven't gained all of it back, but I gained a lot of it back. So, and that's because I was eating bad, or I was making poor food choices. However, my stomach is still smaller than a normal person of my size. So I can't finish a meal at any place that we go. Even like if I just go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger and fries, I eat half of the cheeseburger and not even a fourth of the fries. Like, I can't eat a lot at one time. So even though we were out and about and I was making poor choices, I wasn't eating a lot at those meal times, and I wasn't bringing the leftovers home. I was letting them stay there. So, you know, it is what it is, right? But I did make, like I said, I did make good food choices at least half of the time, if not more. And that kind of showed itself in my results for the week, where I maintained. So I felt good about that. This week, I'm back on track. Since he left, I've kind of fallen out of the wanting to cook phase. Like, I'm not in that mood right now. And I did find another meal plan service. So I was doing Real Eats for a little while, and I still think that's a good service, and their food is actually pretty good. I would have to do the mix and match, because some of their like meals that they put together have red foods in them, and I'm trying to not only reduce but really eliminate whether or not I eat the red foods. So I found another meal plan. So actually, my husband found it, because he, like I said, is in Philly and he lives in a hotel right now, and he's been gaining weight because he's eating every meal out because he's in a hotel. So he does have a little refrigerator, and he does have a microwave. So he found a meal plan service that does different health programs, and keto is one of them. Now, I'm not on a keto program, but keto does kind of support the program that I'm on, because I'm sure you can guess that a lot of the red foods are high carb, high processed foods, and those are the main ones that I'm trying to avoid. So I forget the name of the program already, but I'm going to put it at the bottom of the screen. And so we both decided that we were going to do that for a little while, until, at least for me, until I get the mojo to start cooking again. And I got the 6 meal plan. So I get 6 dinners and 6 lunches. And so far I've had 2 meals, and one of them was kind of blah at best, and the other one was pretty good. So the first one I had was Indian turkey. So it was just like a turkey breast with some seasoning on it, but the seasoning was like, I didn't taste any seasoning, and it was served on top of a spinach infused mashed cauliflower that was meh. and then it had steamed broccoli. And when broccoli is the best part of a meal, you know there's a problem. So the broccoli was good. So I enjoyed that. I ate half of the turkey and a couple of bites of the mashed cauliflower, but that one was a no-go for me. The one I had that was good was a veggie pizza, and it was on a cauliflower crust with all kinds of great veggies, mushrooms and peppers and things like that, tomatoes and cheese. And then it was served with a side of mixed green beans. So there were different types of green beans, and that was actually a decent meal. So I'm kind of on the fence right now about whether this is a program I want to continue with or not. And we'll see. So I'm doing that right now. And my biggest news is I've been talking about getting a puppy for probably at least 6 months, if not long. Actually, I've wanted a puppy for several years, but we've always lived in places that didn't allow pets. So we moved into this apartment and they allow pets. And so when we moved in, we're like, maybe we'll get one, but maybe not, because we were thinking, let's just wait until the house is built and we know there's like no restrictions and we can, we've got a yard and whatever. Cause in our apartment, we're on the 4th floor. And so getting outside into the grass is like, this whole like thing. But with my husband being gone so much, I really wanted a companion. Not only that, I really felt like getting a puppy would force me to get outside more often than I do right now. I'm like more than happy to stay in my apartment and not walk out the front door for a week at a time. Like I literally have gone more than a week without even going outside of my front door. I open it because that's how I get my groceries delivered and that's how my Amazon comes. But I don't get a whole lot of mail right now, so I hadn't even been going to check the mail more than once a week. So I felt like getting a puppy would force me outside, plus I have a cute little companion. So he's sleeping right now, but I am going to insert a clip of me introducing you to Hercules. And he is a little mini poodle. He is 8 weeks old. I just picked him up yesterday, so he's new to me. We had a really fun first day. He's super cuddly, super high energy, but luckily he slept through the night in his crate without any accident. So we went to bed at about 11 o'clock. I put his crate right next to my bed, and because I've been binge watching puppy training videos, and that's what most of them recommend to do for the first few nights, if not the first couple of weeks. And he whimpered a smidge when I put him in the crate, but he calmed down because the lights were out. He could tell I was right there, and he fell asleep, and he didn't wake up at all during the night. I woke up at about 7 a.m. and I looked over at the crate and he was just sitting there looking at me. So he woke up before me and didn't make a peep. So I was super happy with that. So so things are going well right now. He's not super food motivated, which, I mean, how did I end up with a dog? It's not food motivated. So all of the training videos that I've watched are all like training him with like treats as the reward. He couldn't give 2 flips. So now I've got to go find new videos on how to reward with other rewards. So he doesn't seem to be interested in training right now. So I'll figure it out. I'm gonna sign him up for a training program. PetSmart has a 6-week puppy training program, but they won't even let me sign him up until he's 10 weeks. I tried signing him up for a class that starts after he's 10 weeks and it won't even let me do that. So we'll see. Anyway, that's kind of what's going on. Oh, the biggest news is that I think that having an active puppy, because we played a lot yesterday, he's not ready to go on walks. He's got to be fully vaccinated before he can interact with other puppies, other dogs. So I've taken him out to the grass a couple of times, but I also put a pee pad out on the balcony in case we can't get like outside and down the elevator and to the grass fast enough. And So we did a lot of playing in the apartment yesterday, and just that amount of activity, like we're playing tug and I'm getting down on the ground, like I'm just having so much fun with him. And that coupled with the new meal program, and I lost 1.5 pounds just since yesterday. That's the most I've lost in one day since I started the program. So yeah, oh my gosh, this is so rambling. So as I mentioned, I've graduated to level 2, which means that I can pick the order of my classes or my study material now. And I can also pick a focus area. The area that I want to focus on is exercise. I feel like I got the water down, I got the food down. Even if I'm not perfect, I feel pretty good about it. It's the exercise and getting motivated to get my butt up off the couch and go do something that I really feel I need to kind of zero in and focus on. Yes, the puppy's gonna help me with that, but I need to have some like real like activity sessions scheduled in my day at least a couple of times a week. So that's what my coach and I talked about yesterday, is that's gonna be my focus for this next 2 weeks, is some official, I don't know what the right word is, getting some actual physical scheduled activity in. And with that, what my goal is to do the DDP yoga. So I don't know if you're familiar with that or not. It was started by a guy that used to be a professional wrestler, an entertainment wrestler, Diamond Dallas Page. My husband and I actually met him in person. We went and took one of his yoga workshops several years ago. And it's actually some of the people who've had the most success on it are people who are super morbidly obese and could barely function in their day-to-day lives. And it's just miraculous, the changes that they've been able to make in their lives by using the DDP program. So I have it. I haven't used it. I've done a couple of the videos here and there throughout the last couple of years, but I'm committing this week to getting started on doing those sessions 2 to 3 times a week just to get started. And then hopefully eventually I'll be doing it, 5 to 7 days a week. We'll see. So that's what's going on with the program. Tell me what your wins are this week. I feel like I've had a few. I feel like the fact that I maintained my weight when my husband was here and we were eating out so often was a win. And I feel like keeping up with the puppy yesterday was a win for me. So I'd love to hear about what your wins are. If you are here because you're also on a weight loss journey, then let's get healthy together. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll talk to you next time. Bye. So I'd like to introduce you to Hercules, my newest member of my family. He is a mini poodle and he's 8 weeks old, and he just came home yesterday, and we're loving getting to know each other. We've had a lot of fun playing together, and he actually slept through the night last night, from like 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So without any accidents. So I am crate training him, or attempting to. He's not very food motivated, at least from what I've tried so far. So I might have to get some other kinds of food treats. I've got blue buffalo treats right now that don't seem to interest him at all. And he's not really interested in his like regular food either that he's been eating since birth. Well, I guess since he weaned off his mother, but the food that they sent me home with, I have to be standing right next to him for him to eat. So I'm worried that he's not eating enough, but anyway, we'll figure it out. He's very happy, he's very active. He's gonna get me moving around a lot more, which I'm super excited about. And he's just a little cuddle bug. Anyway, this is Hercules. And he's so cute. Look at that face. That's what I have going on in life right now.